Hey everyone, this is Zach Baker with Hyundai of Asheville. Today I'm going to be introducing you to the all-new 2020 Hyundai Palisade, which is either a 7 or 8 passenger vehicle. It is a full-size SUV. If you come over here, this comes equipped with a 3.8 liter V6 gasoline direct injected motor, which puts out 291 horsepower and 262 foot-pounds of torque. As you can see underneath the hood, everything is easily accessible, from your battery to your oil, windshield wiper fluid, coolant. Anything that you need to top off yourself is available. You won't have to do that with amazing Hyundai servicing though. If you take a look down here at the front grille, a couple of things that I want to point out. Some people will ask, what are these? These are sensors for the smart cruise control and also parking sensors. You've got another sensor pad here, and you've also got a front camera underneath the logo that's tucked away nicely. You've got some new headlight design, which is one of my favorite. You've got a full LED strip that runs down for your daytime running lights here. You've got full LED headlights as well. So you will definitely be able to see where you're going on the roadways. I'm gonna drop this hood and bring you over to the driver's side. And if you want to get an overall look at this beautiful vehicle, it's got a nice design, it's got a very sleek shape to it, and it's got plenty of size for any amount of passengers that you need. If you see over here, you've also got some lights on the outsides of the mirrors, which are going to be your turn signal indicators. If you come here, you'll see, not sure if you can see on the camera here, but there's a blind spot detector light there, which will come on if there's a vehicle in your blind spot, and it will, if you put your turn signal on, it will actually beep at you if there's a car still in your blind spot. Now, one feature that I can't show off on this video is the blind spot monitoring, which when you turn your turn signal on, you'll actually see a camera on the LCD screen, and it will show you exactly what's in your blind spot on either side that you put your turn signal on. Getting into the vehicle, you've got keyless entry button here, so this will lock and unlock the doors as long as the proximity key is within your pocket, so that you don't have to jumble for your keys. Makes it a little bit easier to get in and out of. You can see this beautiful ivory interior here, which has got the dark brown accents and small carbon fiber accents. You can see here you've got memory settings for your driver. You can set up to 2 different settings. So if you've got a wife or a husband that is going to be driving the vehicle with you, all they've got to do is push this button and it will automatically adjust the seat to their preference. Here we've got a 16-way power driver seat, so of course this is going to move your seat forward and back. This will lean forward, tilt backwards. This will raise up, raise down. You've got 4-way lumbar control for the lower back if you're on any longer trips. It is amazing. This is a nice little feature here, so if you've got a taller driver with longer legs, you can actually extend the base of the seat to make it a little bit more comfortable, or you can reduce the length of the seat depending on how tall that you are. So if you'll see here, you've got a few buttons. I'll go over these quickly. These are some quick access buttons for a couple of the many safety features that are offered on the Palisade. This will turn your blind spot detection system on and off with a click of a button. This will turn your lane keep assist on and off. This is your traction control here. This changes the illumination brightness for the LCD screen, touch screen, and any interior lights that are on to not distract you in nighttime driving. This is for your power lift gate. You simply hold this down and that will release the power lift gate for you. And then you've got an electronic parking brake here. Now if you can come over this way a little bit, I love when we turn this on, you see this beautiful 12.3-inch LCD screen light up, which is completely digital. Here you've got a lot of on-demand controls that you'll access through the steering wheel and with the 10.2-inch navigation touchscreen. So here you've got a menu button which will help you cycle through some of the contents that are displayed on the 12.3-inch, many of which you can change with this up and down button here. So you can look at your fuel economy, accumulated info, driver attention level, tire pressure monitoring system, and your drive mode. You can also select another area here for what content you would want to show up. You simply hit OK. You'll see another display pop up here. Here, which you won't really be able to see in the video, but there is a heads-up display on this vehicle, and you can change the heads-up display settings. You can change the height, rotation, brightness, If we go back, you can change some of your safety settings, the warning timings, the warning volumes. Some drivers want more control over the vehicle than others and don't prefer to have things like the lane keep assist turned on. So you can actually change the setting to your preference. Now if we go here and we go down to driver assistance settings, it's going to pull us over to this 10.25 inch navigation touchscreen, which here you can select your smart cruise control reaction time. You can hit driving assist. It does have a lane following assist, which will help you keep you centered in your lanes at all times. It also has a leading vehicle departure alert, so if you have smart cruise control activated and the vehicle that it's using as a pace car in front of you moves, it will alert you so that you can make adjustments accordingly. Here, like I said, you can change the warning timing, the warning volume. You can go down to the forward safety. There is forward collision avoidance with active assist on the Palisade, and it does have pedestrian detection. Now, if you do not want it to actively brake for you, you can select a warning only or turn the system off entirely. If you go here to lane safety, same thing for your lane keep assist. You've got one setting that's going to keep you centered in your lanes at all times, or you've got a simple lane departure warning which will not correct your steering, or you can turn that system off here. You've got your blind spot safety. So you've got a blind spot monitor view, which, like I explained before, if there's a car in your blind spot, you'll see the camera pop up here and it will actually show you a view of what's in your blind spot. That's if you have the active assist on, pairs with the safe exit assist. Now, safe exit assist is somewhat new technology. If you're parallel parked and there's a vehicle driving beside you, it will actually prohibit the doors from opening so that you don't accidentally step in front of a vehicle that's coming your way. Now, if you don't want it to stop the doors from opening, you can select warning only, or you can turn that system off entirely as well. You do have parking safety, which is rear cross traffic alert. So when you're in reverse and your backup camera is engaged, if we go home here, you can see the backup camera here. It does have dynamic bending guidelines, and you've got those over here with the aerial view. Now you can also select each point on the vehicle to make parking easily, but if there is traffic coming from behind you from either direction, there's a 60-foot radar sensor on each side of the vehicle which will show you what direction that traffic's coming from. So I'm going to put this back in park, and as you noticed, there's no gear shift here. This is new shift-by-wire technology. So all you have to do is simply push a button to engage the transmission. Gives you a little bit more room up here, and it's also superior technology with today's market. Some other features that you'll notice here as well is the piano keys. If you're a little bit old school, you don't prefer the touchscreen aspect, you've got some piano keys here to navigate the touchscreen and all of the components that come with that, like available HD radio, weather, Sirius XM, FM, AM radio, and the navigation, which is embedded in the vehicle as well. Down here you do have dual temperature control. So each passenger on either the passenger or the driver can change the temperature of their vehicle to their preference, or you can sync that to where the driver changes both. Now there is an automatic setting which I've engaged. What that does is it will regulate the temperature inside the vehicle to what you select, and it will change the fan speed accordingly. But you do have your own manual controls here. You've also got front and rear defrost. Here you've got heated and ventilated driver and passenger seat. You've also got a camera view button which you can engage while in drive or in reverse to see an aerial view of the vehicle to make parking easier. You've got idle stop and go. This button lets you turn that off. So you'll notice at times if you're at a red light, the vehicle will cut itself off to save fuel economy and help with emissions. You can disengage that here. Now there's an auto hold button. If you have that engaged and you're at a red light and your foot happens to slip off the brake, the vehicle will stay stationary without rolling forward, but it will not prohibit your ability to accelerate. Here you can see there's plenty of cargo space within the center console, and I don't know if you can get close enough, but you do have a wireless charging pad here. So all you've got to do is set your smartphone that has a Qi compatible battery inside this cradle, and it will wirelessly charge. If you don't have a smartphone that's got a Qi battery, you do have a USB port here. You've also got a 12-volt charger underneath, and you've also got a USB port underneath, which I can show you on the other passenger side. Now here you've got a nice little feature. You push these two little buttons, you've got pop-out cup holders for driver and passenger. If you can get over here a little bit closer, you've got even more storage underneath. You've got a nice massive center console here, which down in here you've got another 12-volt charger and another USB port for any passenger that you have. There is a little organizer that pops in and out of that. So I'm going to move on to the rear of the vehicle and show you the passenger side. Or not the passenger side, but the rear. So here, the model that we're showing does have the captain's chairs installed, which is nice. It gives you plenty of room to navigate to the third row. If you can step in a little bit closer here, you can see you've got those heated seats and ventilated seats for the driver and passenger, but now your second row passengers have the same options as well, and they do have their own AC and heat controls as well with the overhead vents. You've got a 115 volt household adapter here and another 12 volt charging port. And then you've got a USB port in the seat here and on the driver's seat. So you can connect multiple devices, have everyone charged up for any long road trips. Now to get to the rear third row, you've got some ease of access buttons. One is here on the side, and then one, if you can step over here and see, you've got another on the top. So that's if your passengers in the back want to get out, they can push this button. It will release the seat just like so. So I'm going to push this one, and it automatically slides forward to give you ease of access to the rear. So if we step back here to the cargo area, you do have the power lift gate. It's one touch. So you can see here, I've got the seats laid down to show you, you're gonna have quite a bit of cargo space if you don't have these third row seats set up. So maybe you don't necessarily need all seating positions for your passengers. You can actually split this in half, and you've got some buttons here that will actually help you lower the front seats, which is the second row. Now for this third row, these are powered. So if I push this button and this button, it will electronically raise the third row seat up. As I mentioned before, you've got Harman Kardon, so you do have a little subwoofer in the side over here, which gives you phenomenal sound throughout the vehicle. The driver intercom system will also amplify the voice of the driver to the rear passengers as well. Now here, we've got a little bit more cargo space underneath. Hyundai offers you a roadside assistance kit that's got your jumper cables, anything that you might need in a roadside emergency. Your jack's gonna be located underneath here in this compartment, hidden away. And there's a quick release tab here for the spare tire, which is located underneath the vehicle. Now this is just a simple privacy screen that you can snap into the top of the bars over here, which you can't see now because of the third row. But that will basically give you the option to pull a privacy screen over the top of any valuable cargo that you might have. Like I mentioned before, you can tow up to 5,000 pounds with the Palisade. There's also auto leveling suspension for the Palisade as well, and it does have some extra technology to help reduce sway for any trailers that you may be pulling. I'm gonna put this tailgate down and show you just a couple more features. If you'll follow me, you can see these nice 20-inch alloy wheels. Gives it a nice sharp look. So as before, I'm gonna grab the camera just for a second and show you. So if we come here, you can notice you've also got USB ports for third row passengers on each side, and then they can also adjust their seats with these buttons here, and you've got side cup holders. This seat will actually lift up very easily. All you've got to do is pull this lever, and this will actually even recline a little bit, so if you're on a long road trip and would like to take a nap, you'll get a little bit more comfort. Over here, you've got some rear sunshades for passengers. You can pull these up. This will clip in, block any kind of sunlight. We've also got another keyless entry button here for the passenger side. Now on this side, you've got a 4-way power driver seat as well. So this is not going to have the lumbar control and the seat extension, but you do have power controls for your passenger. Like I had mentioned a minute ago, you can see these USB ports and 12-volt charger a little bit better down there. You've got a nice spacious glove compartment here. Guys, I cannot say enough about this vehicle. We were really excited to get it. You've got 20-inch alloy wheels, beautiful design, tons of features, tons of comfort, tons of luxury. I would encourage you, come on down here, take a look at one for yourself, test drive it. I guarantee that you're gonna fall in love with it. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll talk to you guys soon.